Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the PANSIGHT webinar. Without wasting even a single second, let me start the slideshow. Today's topic is inferiority complex. What is the prologue for choosing today's webinar on inferiority complex? The word prologue means the context or reason. Why? Why am I giving a talk on inferiority complex? The reason is, one of my favorite hobbies is reading and collecting quotations and proverbs. I started this hobby or developed this hobby in 1980. I have a personal collection of nearly 50,000 quotes and proverbs. Just a couple of weeks back, I came across a quote. A quote. That is the reason I'm giving this talk. I'll show you that quote. The Tamil movie actor Surya. I had this inferiority complex as a child, as I was not good at speaking. I was also not good in studies or sports and would often flunk in 4 or 5 subjects. That picture is a still from Singham 1, 2, 3. Super hit movies. I must have watched those movies 4 or 5 times. So I was really surprised when I read this quote. Then suddenly that quote, my mind, the mode moved to a flashback mode. Rewind. I went to my younger days, all the way before 1980. I used to suffer from inferiority complex. I used to suffer from inferiority complex. Before 1980, I could not speak English fluently. I never thought, or I thought it was impossible to speak English fluently because I went to the Malayalam medium class. My father is formal education 4th grade. My mother 5th grade. And I was not born with a silver spoon. So I didn't go to a fancy English medium school. I started reading a newspaper after going to the college. And that too, Malayalam newspaper only. I thought, impossible. During my MBBS days, I found it difficult to ask questions in English. I had some doubts to my teachers. So what did I do? I used to ask my friend Vijay Kumar, who could speak English fluently. I said, Vijay Kumar, then he would ask the question on my behalf. It continued all the way till I completed my MD. So now you can understand that is how much I suffered because of the inferiority complex. A lot. Forget about that. It's going to United Kingdom, going to America. If you cannot speak English fluently, then how can you even dream about pursuing higher education in England and America? Because of my inferiority complex, I thought it was impossible. When I overcame that inferiority complex, I repeat, when I overcame that inferiority complex, everything changed. What I thought was impossible became possible. Are you not curious to know how I overcame? If you are curious to know, put C in the chat box. C in the chat box. Okay. Vinod Narji, Roy Cherianji, good, thank you. And Binduji, good. I applied one technique. The treatment for inferiority complex is CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. I didn't know there was a method called CBT long time back. I used common sense. Now I realize that common sense is CBT. What did I do? I could read Tamil and I could write in Tamil. So somewhere around 1980, I came across an article in a Tamil movie magazine that was based on an interview with Shivaji Ganesh. I assume that you are familiar with that name, actor Shivaji Ganesh. In that interview, when you ask Shivaji Ganesh about what do you do every day routine, he said, yeah, every day morning I read Hindu newspaper. Huh? His formal education, he was a primary school dropout. He was a primary school dropout. And he was able to read Hindu newspaper. And Lata Mangeshkar and other people from North India, they used to come to Chennai, they used to stay in his house. And he was able to communicate with them in English. So now the cognitive behavior therapy. So I asked, my self-talk changed. You know, my self-talk. Self-talk was, oh, I went to Malabar medium school. So it won't be possible. It is impossible unless you go to English medium school. That was my self-talk, negative self-talk. Changed the self-talk. Self-talk became, if a primary school dropout is Shivaji Ganesh, if he could speak English fluently, definitely I also will be able to speak English fluently. Do you find it interesting? If it is interesting, put I in the chat box. It is the self-talk. That is the cognitive behavior therapy. I changed the whole thing. My inner voice changed. I stopped blaming my parents for not sending me to an English medium school. I stopped feeling pity for myself. Oh, English medium, if I had changed, I can. The moment I stopped blaming somebody else or something else, then what can be done? What should be done? Okay, Shivaji Ganesh reads Hindu newspaper. Okay, I started subscribing to Hindu newspaper. Subscribing is not enough. Subscribing is not enough. Many people I know, I have seen some people, they get the English newspaper, they don't even open that English newspaper. Next day, it goes into trash. They don't read. I've seen some of my own friends, medical doctor friends there. So every day, I used to spend 1 to 2 hours. 1 to 2 hours reading Hindu. Definitely editorial every day. Why editorial? Every editorial, every day it will be on a different topic. Today it may be about terrorism. Tomorrow it may be about inflation. Day after tomorrow about maybe a climate change. So the topic will be different and you will come across new words. New words. My dear friends, a strong vocabulary power is absolutely required if you want to speak fluently in any language, whether it is Malayalam, Hindi, or English. Do you agree? If you agree, put A in the chat box. If you don't have strong vocabulary power, there are many people in Kerala, they cannot even speak Malayalam fluently. They cannot. So I realized, okay, my vocabulary power is weak. So the conscious effort to expand the vocabulary power. And I bought a very good English language dictionary. And I used to, every time I used to come across a new word, okay, turn to dictionary, find the meaning. And I try to make a sentence using that new word, my own sentence. 7 days a week. Then what did I do? One of my friends, he's in Finland now. He used to subscribe to National Geographic magazine and Time magazine. I'm talking about 1980s. Time magazine was not available in India. I used to borrow those magazines and read the letters to the editor. Why letters to the editor? That is when the ordinary man, he shares his thoughts, his comments. Then I started listening to the BBC radio. There was no TV at that time. I'm talking about 1980. In Kerala, no TV channel. BBC radio. So I invested, I'm using the word invested, 1 to 2 hours every day to empower myself with English language skills. Within 6 months, I was able to speak English well. Not very fluently. Yes, I was able to. I lost all my inferiority feelings. I have not stopped that habit. Every day, even now, I learn something, 3 or 5 new words every day. Because online newspaper I read. I read 5 to 10 online newspapers. Indian Express, New Indian Express, Times of India, NPR, BBC. Now it is very easy. Online read. If I come across a new word, I highlight that one, right click, immediately Google that search, that word comes. Definition, even pronunciation also. So that is the tip. Anybody suffering from inferiority complex because they are not able to speak English fluently, follow my footsteps. Are you convinced? If you are convinced, put C in the chat box. And you can see that I'm in America. Thank you, Rama Devi. Thank you. Very simple, easy to do. But you must have that willpower, that consistency. ആരംഭ ശൂരത്വം. 5 ദിവസം വായിക്കും, പിന്നെ alternate day ആവും, പിന്നെ once in a week ആവും, പിന്നെ പോയി. No, every day. This webinar is based on FEQ, facts, experience. I have shared my own personal life experience and quotes. There are numerous books on inferiority complex. The worst enemy of success. Inferiority complex is the worst enemy of success. The inferiority complex cure. Let's look at the definition of inferiority complex. A basic feeling of inadequacy and insecurity. These feelings arise from a real or perceived deficiency in some area of a person's life. It could be a physical or psychological shortcoming. Is this clear? Have you understood? If you understood, put you in the chat box. Because I want to make sure that you get a clear understanding about the definition of inferiority complex. Thank you, Manojji. It could be a physical or psychological shortcoming. For example, if a person is, say, short, a 5-footer, physical, he is short, then he may feel inferior. Some people develop inferiority complex. When they look at others, there are 5'6", 5'8", 6. Am I right? If I'm right, put R in the chat box. Here it comes. That person, whoever feels inferiority complex, they should change their self-talk by looking at Unda Pakru. They should look at Unda Pakru, who is just 3 അടി പൊക്കം, just 3 feet. Look at his confidence. If he also felt inferiority complex, then he would not come out. He would not marry a beautiful woman, girl who is 5'3" or 5'4". From Undapakru, CBT, people who are short, they can get rid of that inferiority feeling. Do you agree? If you agree, put A in the chat box. That is what I recommend. That's what I do. That is it. Change the self-talk, the inner voice. Our inner voice will become our enemy. If it is a negative, then you are not going to accomplish anything positive. Because the inner voice controls. It controls our behavior and actions. Change the voice. കുമാരനാശൻ പണ്ട് പറഞ്ഞു, മാറ്റുവിൻ ചട്ടങ്ങളെ, മാറ്റുവിൻ നിങ്ങളുടെ ഇന്നർ തോട്ട്സിനെ, or inner voice, മാറ്റുവിൻ. Things will get better. Inferiority complex and identity connection. 1, physical identity. 2, mental identity. 3, social identity. 4, professional identity. I repeat, physical identity, mental identity, social identity, and professional identity. What does physical identity mean? That is, I'm not tall. I'm not handsome. I'm not beautiful. I'm very lean, thin, bony. Or my teeth are crooked. Or I'm bald. Or girls again, oh, my hair is not that long. And this physical identity. What is the mental identity? I'm not very intelligent. See, my qualifications, I didn't go to college. So I must be stupid. He has got PhD. He must be knowing a lot. So before those PhD guys, no, I don't know. Here again, use the CBT. Look at MM Money, primary school dropout. No problem. Or Achudanandan, 7th grader. All the IAS officers, he has no problem with the doctors, engineers, professors. Achudanandan walks with his head high. So if somebody feels, oh, I don't have that much of educational qualification, so I'm inferior, immediately think about Achudanandan and MM Money. Is it interesting? If it is interesting, put I in the chat box. Well, I'm giving you practical tips. These are the things that will help. Don't waste your time going to a psychologist, psychotherapist. You will spend thousands of rupees. You won't get any benefit. So formal education, qualifications, they don't mean much. Self-confidence comes from self-education. Social identity. What is social identity? That is where in India, main problem, my dear friends, is the caste. Yesterday I was talking to Srimaranji. The caste system, that is creating a lot of that is, okay, I belong to this caste, so I'm inferior. Am I right? If I'm right, put R in the chat box. Put R in the chat box. Okay, thank you, Rama Devi. It is there. And when they're talking about caste census, that is bullshit. That will perpetuate. It is high time. Get rid of all this caste nonsense. Then professional identity. Oh, I am only a tutor. The other person is professor. Or my practice is not very big practice. I have a small clinic. The other guy has got a multi-specialty hospital. He wants that one. That professional identity. That also can create inferiority feelings. Shah Rukh Khan, fair and handsome. Do you know every year the business, the volume of business, the money they make by selling the fairness cream? Any idea? Can you guess? Put a number in the chat box. Just a guess. You may be wrong. Just a guess and put how many crores? How many crores every year from the selling of, okay, Venugopal 500 crores, 1,000, Roy Cherianji, okay, 100 crores, Rama Devi ji. Don't feel bad, because I did the research. That is why I have this number. Otherwise, I also might have guessed incorrectly. Nearly 10,000 crores. 10,000 crores. Fairness cream. Why? What is wrong with your color? Inferiority feelings. I'm dark. What should be the CBT here? And these Hindus, ladies, Hindu ladies, Lord Krishna is dark. You first of all, if skin fairness is a sign of beauty or handsome or anything, why Lord Krishna is dark? You get my point? Think that way. Then I'm going to show you some celebrities. I used to suffer from this inferiority feeling because my color skin is dark. Because when I was a young kid, my cousin, his skin was fairer than mine. And others will say, oh, he is very fair. He is very fair. And I thought, okay, that means something is wrong with my skin color. The skin color also. I used to suffer from inferiority feelings. How did I overcome that one? You are going to see the pictures. You are going to see the pictures. The Shah Rukh Khan, what is the real skin color? This is cheating, fraud. Can you see his picture? He is dark. He is making crores of rupees by cheating his fans, making them buy that cream. No integrity, greed. That is where I have great admiration for only one actor, that is Rajinikanth. He has not endorsed even a single product. Whereas Amitabh Bachchan, some 20 to 30 products. Mohanlal again 20 to 30 products. Easy money. MS Dhoni, Kohli, crores of rupees by endorsing products. Rajinikanth, not even one product. For shooting that one, you wouldn't need to spend more than 2 hours. It's a 30 seconds, that one. You get 10 to 20 crores. No. These guys are actually doing a lot of harm to the public. When his real skin color is this one, he is making millions of people buy that cream. And I'm a medical doctor. These skin creams, they have chemicals. They can even cause cancer, skin cancer. And they can cause hyperpigmentation, allergy reactions. I cannot forgive these guys. I cannot forgive for misleading the people. Rajinikanth, he cured my inferiority complex because of the skin color. Cognitive. Because when he became the hero, he is dark. No problem. He became a superstar. So I stopped. I stopped even worrying about my skin color. So Rajinikanth helped me. And the very same Rajinikanth, look at how comfortable he is. Appearing before the public without wearing a wig, bald, and that gray beard. So from Rajinikanth, I learned, doesn't matter whether you are dark or anything. If you are really talented, that is what matters. Do you agree? That is what matters. It is not the skin color that will make you a superstar. Whereas Kamal Haasan, very fair. Look at between Kamal Haasan and Rajinikanth. Even now, it is Rajinikanth is number one at the age of 74 or 75. Get ready to fight Ekini. Ekini means Mugakuru. Oh, the girls, teenage, girls will get some pimples. Boys also get pimples. They worry about that pimples. Okay, they look at the mirror this way, that way, and they worry. They lose their sleep. Am I right? If I'm right, put R in the chat box. Put R in the chat box. And all this, the pimple cure creams again, they sell crores and crores of business. Here, CBT, I'm going to give you the CBT, how to treat, how to cure the pimple phobia or inferiority people from the pimples. Here again, look at that pimple clear cream. Do you know who this actress is? Look at the pimples on her face. And she is a very successful actress. Sai Pallavi. Sai Pallavi. She has acted in Tamil movies, Telugu movies, and I think some Kannada movies also. Sai Pallavi. Look at the pimples. Just like, these are all illusions, just like the Rajinikanth. He smashed that illusion. She also smashed that illusion. Pimples. You won't be successful. Accepted with my pimples. Sai Pallavi. This is Om Puri. Look at his face. Smallpox scars, the poke marks. He won National Film Awards a couple of times. Padma Shri, very highly successful actor. He didn't let those poke marks create inferiority feeling. Yeah, like PWD wrote. So if somebody feels pimples the girl, they should think of Sai Pallavi. Somebody with some pit, think of Om Puri. They don't matter. Do you like this session so far? If you like my session so far, put L in the chat box. I am giving real life examples, and the real life is a solution. I'm giving you a solution. I'm not just bringing the problems. How can it be? How can you overcome the inferiority complex? Thank you, Kumar. Patanjali, Baba Ramdev, Patanjali Beauty Products, Anti-Aging Cream, Soundarya for wrinkles-free fair skin. Look at Ramdev. How old is he? In the chat box, put the number. How old is he? Baba Ramdev. 60, 62, okay, 74, Sanal. Now I'm going to show you another personality. Tell me how old that person is. That is Chandrachud, who retired just this month, Chief Justice, Supreme Court. How old is he? How old is Chandrachud? Put the number. 64. My dear friends, this Baba Ramdev is 59 and Chandrachud is 65. Who looks younger? Who looks younger? Skin again, whose skin looks very smooth? And now we have one Venugopal here, retired school teacher. He told that he's retired. He looks like a 45-year-old man. Now that Venugopal ji, tell us whether you are using that Patanjali Ramdev's any anti-aging cream. Anti-aging cream. So that is Venugopal. Look at him. He looks like a 45-year-old man. Patanjali, he is yoga. 1 hour, 2 hours yoga, meditation, anti-aging cream. And Sanal Kumar guessed correctly, he looks like a 70-year-old man. Yeah? Fraud. The Supreme Court found him selling all his products with misleading advertisement. They ordered him to issue unconditional apology. So he issued unconditional apology. These guys, they cheat the public. And people spend a lot of money for the anti-aging cream, anti-wrinkle cream. Are you convinced? So, because of everything, because of inferiority complex, that one. Don't go for anything that is the artificial chemical. It's okay. If you are getting gray, if you are bald, look at Rajinikanth, it's okay. Again, gray, look at Rajinikanth, it's okay. No problem. Look at Narendra Modi, gray, no problem. He's not using any dye. That is the way. Change the self-talk. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Actually, who makes some people feel inferior? They themselves. Do you get my point? It's not outside others. Our own inner self-talk makes us feel inferior. Not anybody else. Don't let, if somebody says that Parati Karpan is dark, so what? Yeah, so what? Don't let that person make you feel inferior. Don't let others make you feel inferior. Inferiority complex begins when you agree that you are nothing. No one is responsible or author of it except yourself. He's a pastor. Who is that guy? Chandrasekhar Rao, the former Chief Minister of Telangana. Do you think that he is usually expected standard of handsome? Nobody will say that he is handsome. Nobody. Am I right? Nobody will say that he is handsome. Is he ashamed to come stand in front of the audience, thousands of people? No. That is what we have to learn from Chandrasekhar Rao. Doesn't matter your physical appearance, that physical identity. Sharad Pawar, look at that one mouth. He had cancer treatment. And is he self-conscious? Is he hiding from the public? So, put the picture of Chandrasekhar Rao, Sharad Pawar, Undapakru, and in the bathroom, and people suffering from inferiority complex every day should look at these pictures. Okay, that is one way of overcoming the inferiority complex. I'm not kidding. I mean it. It will work wonders. Six signs and symptoms of inferiority complex. Low self-esteem, definitely. Self-confidence will be very low. Constant self-doubt. Fear of failure because of that inferiority complex feelings. Sensitivity to criticism. Social withdrawal. They isolate themselves. They will avoid going to some parties. What will others think? What will these pimples, the girls, they will avoid. What will others talk about my pimples? Need for constant approval. Always they want somebody to say, good, you are good. Constant seeking compliments. Root cause behind inferiority complex, childhood negative experiences. I told you, my childhood negative experience when others compared myself, my skin color to my cousin. Childhood negative experience. That's one example. Social comparison. Now comparing your caste, that is the upper caste and lower caste. Forget about those things. Then again, you will be able to overcome that inferiority complex. Real or perceived physical or mental deficiency, I have explained earlier. Negative impact of inferiority complex, relationships. These days, I'm sure that Roy MC will say, is a counselor that is divorce couples, they go to the court. Sometimes some people because of complex. Am I right, Roy MCG? Husband may have some inferiority complex because the wife is more qualifications, more, she is making more money. She is earning more salary. Inferiority complex. Conflict. So relationships also, they get strained because of inferiority complex. Career, told you. My own career, because of inferiority complex, if I didn't overcome, forget about it. I would have been in India only. What is wrong with India? Nothing wrong with India. But after coming to UK and USA, I was able to, get a better exposure. And I was able to work only, I had to work only over 40 hours a week and make more money than what I would have made while working in India. So my career also would have been screwed if I didn't overcome inferiority complex. Mental health, anxiety, depression. An inferiority complex is acquired in childhood, I have explained. Everybody loves to find fault. It gives a feeling of superiority. Believe me, some people, they will always find fault with whatever you do, whatever you say. If you take those things seriously, you will feel depressed. You will feel inferior. They get that, yeah, I'm superior, finding fault with. Some have PhD in finding fault with everything. Am I right? Roy MCG. Serially, that is it. Yeah. We must interpret a bad temper as a sign of inferiority. Believe me, if you find somebody who is frequently losing temper, that person has got some kind of inferiority feeling. Okay, he gets angry. If you point out something, he gets angry. All sins have their origin in a sense of inferiority, otherwise called ambition. Yeah, the ambition also, high ambition. You can be sure that person has got inferiority complex. He wants that car. He wants, because he thinks that without that one, I'm not successful. Without that, a big house, without a BMW car, he thinks that he is not successful. Inferiority feeling. Their ambition will be very high. High ambition, yes, there is underlying root cause, inferiority feelings. We have, I think, developed an inferiority complex. I think what is needed in India today is the destruction of that defeatist spirit. C.V. Raman, novelist. Especially after the British invasion, that is when we developed all these color-based inferiority feelings. Whites. We must overcome that. Upcoming talk next week, BMW personalities. I will explain what it is. BMW. B stands for blaming. M stands for mocking. W stands for whining. So some people always blame. Some people, most of the time, they mock others. Some people, they whine. So that is a topic, BMW personalities. After that, invisible ignorance quotient. Same Zoom link, same passcode. Thank you for listening to me. Any questions or comments? Did you find this session simple, easily understandable, and useful, worth sharing with others? Did you find, did you find this session worth sharing with your friends and family members? If yes, put Y in the chat box. Okay, thank you. Then in that case, once I upload the video, the YouTube, please share and save some lives, save some people. Some people commit suicide because of the persisting inferiority complex. They are not able to succeed in life. They are not able to succeed. Then they commit suicide. You can save some lives also. Please don't forget to share the video. Questions or comments, please raise your hands. Yeah, thank you, Roy MCG, for sharing. Thank you. Any questions? Come on, time management. Be quick. Rama Devi ji, would you like to ask a question? Or Rajeshwari ji, Saraswati ji, anybody? Don't worry. Long time back, I used to worry. What will others think? Now I don't. I don't. Okay. That's also fear of criticism. Okay, Rama Devi ji. Go ahead.
എനിക്കും ഡൗട്ട് ഒന്നുമില്ല വേണു ഡോക്ടർ വേണു എല്ലാം നല്ല ക്ലിയർ ആയിട്ടുണ്ട് വളരെ നന്നായിട്ടുണ്ട് താങ്ക് യു ലോട്ട് ശരിയാ പറഞ്ഞത് കാരണം ഒത്തിരി പേർക്ക് നമുക്കത് ഉപദേശിച്ചു കൊടുക്കാൻ പറ്റും.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah, others, please, if you want to say, please speak in English because we have a couple of participants who cannot understand Malayalam.
Any relation between
what you said is correct. Sorry, what you said is correct, Dr. Venu. Even we can advise other people also. Since this is our profession, no, we can advise other people also and give them relief. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you a lot.
Right. Okay. Sanal Kumar ji.
Any relation between or will be related inferiority complex and habit forming?
Say that again. Inferiority complex.
Inferiority complex and habit forming in any way.
Oh, yes,
relation.
definitely. Definitely. What will happen? You will avoid certain things. Then when you are avoiding, it becomes, that won't be your part of your habit. It becomes a habit. For example, girls, inferiority complex, they will avoid mingling with others, social groups. Then that becomes a habit. Not attending weddings, any other social occasions. And it becomes a habit, be a passive person. Long time back, before 1980, again, I will share my own, because of, I never used to sit in the front row. If there is a meeting or area, I never used to sit in the front row. I used to sit in the last row. Okay? Because I thought myself as, I'm not a VIP. I'm not a VIP. The others are all, they know a lot more than what I know. So the front seat, and even the front row, many seats are vacant. I wouldn't go and sit in the front row. After 1980, when I started reading books on self-development, self-education, 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 I repeated 3 times. What you read in the schools, colleges, those books, they are good for passing some exams and getting some qualification. They are not good for thriving in life. If you want to be very successful, only through self-education. Plenty of books. Plenty of books are available. Others. Read them. Then you will boost your self-confidence. Then these days, I don't go and sit in the back row. I go and sit in the front row. And because of that, I was able to get acquainted with some really VIPs. And they helped me also. One real life example. Somewhere in 1985, I went to attend a TMA monthly meeting. That is a Trivandrum Management Association monthly meeting. I saw one gentleman sitting with a safari suit, with a well-trimmed beard. He must have been in his early 50s. I went and sat next to him. And he looked at me, and I introduced myself. Because once you develop self-confidence, you will introduce yourself. Dr. Venugopal. And he thought that, he assumed doctor against doctorate from PhD. Because that is a management association meeting. And I introduced myself as a doctor. And I said, oh, where are you working? He asked me. At the medical college. Medical college? What are you doing there? Because he thought, his assumption was a PhD doctor. Medical college. I said, I'm a medical doctor. Medical doctor. So what motivated you to come for this meeting? We don't see anybody, a medical doctor, coming for this meeting. I said, I'm interested in the management science. So a friend of mine, he invited me to join. So I'm here. Okay. The conversation said, okay, what kind of books do you read? And I told you about transaction analysis, Eric Byrne. I'm okay, you are okay, some other books also. And he said, okay, what is this TA? So briefly, I explained the different ego states, parent ego, adult ego, child ego. And yes, he was very much interested. He got interested. I said, can you do a workshop for our employees? What kind of employees he's talking about? Who? You are the managing director of Hindustan Latex. Managing director of Hindustan Latex, Dr. PVS Namboodiripad. His doctor, that is a chemistry. Where he has a doctorate from chemistry. Then I said, yeah, I have. Before that, I hadn't done any workshop. Okay, I didn't say, I don't know, I haven't done. No. By then, my confidence has gone up. And yeah, we can do that one. So on a Saturday, they sent the car and picked me up from my home, and I went and did 1 day workshop, 6 hours. on the transaction analysis. Then when I was about to get into the car, the HR person, he came and gave me an envelope. After going home, I opened. It was a check for 2,500 rupees. My monthly salary at that time was 1,050 rupees. As a tutor in the medical college service, 1,050. Now I'm getting a check of 2,500 for just 6 hours. Aha. Okay, now there is another line. Okay, that is how I became a trainer. Before that, I was not a trainer. I was a medical college faculty teacher and a doctor. What I'm saying is that inferiority complex I overcame. I went and sat in the front row. I chose to sit next to a person wearing a safari suit. Everything because of I was that inferiority complex gone. Are you convinced? And subsequently, yes, trainer. How many institutions? In Technopark, 3 or 4 companies. And in Ernakulam also, some hotels, some companies. Apollo Tires. And in USA also. I was able to make a lot of money and enjoy also. Because I was doing it out of passion. So I was able to enjoy. So one day workshop, I ended up charging even up to 50,000 rupees. I'm talking about 14, 15 years back. 50,000 rupees, that is a lot of money. And I did offer workshops for free also. Because I was not doing it just for making money. If that company, yes, they can afford to, then I'm not going to give it for free. 50,000. They cannot. Many schools also I have given talks for free. So everything, it has become a parallel career. Parallel career. Main career, medical profession. Parallel career, trainer. So that is why I'm very much excited about giving this talk. And especially I told you in the beginning, in that prologue, when I read that actor Surya's quote. Surya's quote. He's a very successful actor. The Tamil movie industry, maybe number 3 or number 4. He again earned some 25 to 30 crores for each movie. He suffered from inferiority feeling. I don't know how he overcame that. I don't know. But that one triggered flashback memories. So I thought, okay, millions of people now, millions of people I know, they are suffering from inferiority complex. And because of that, they are not able to accomplish success. So I thought, let me give a talk. And if it goes, many people watch that one. If it helps at least one person, yes. That matters a lot. Just 3 weeks back, I gave a talk on dangerous doctors. Dangerous doctors. Usually my YouTube videos, 100 to 150 views. 100 to 150 views, that is the usual range. This one is already crossed 800 views. Okay? 800 views, dangerous doctors. So next month, I'm going to give a talk on difficult and dangerous patients. You know, dangerous patients. When Vandana Das, she was stabbed to death, you know that. That happened in Kerala. That young girl was doing the house surgency. Difficult and dangerous patients like that, numerous examples. That is next month. So if there are no further questions, I'm going to say good night. So see you on Thursday. Good night.
Good night. Take care.